So I like this move a lot. Now, so I like this move, but why not this move? Doesn't that move help this stone? Or is white going to play?
10-2.
Or is black going to play? Now we 11-3. Now 11-3. White has a
Black
couple of
loses a
choices.
stone.
Yeah, you know, let this happen. White eats that stone, right? So I can't call this a success for black. Unless this is, 80 points. Right? Remember, black was going to make all of this into territory. Remember how awesome that was going to be? What did white just make in the middle of it?
A base.
Yeah, more or less a living group. This group is not entirely alive, but very strong right now after we capture that stuff. And there's actually a lot of aji here, right? There's problems later on. How do we exploit? Well, probably something as simple as like this. This move should annoy you. Do you want to let this stone run out? Capture it? Pressure on this stone? What do? Then white comes over here and eats your corner instead. Okay, so still lots of problems, not very clean. So when we Atari, right? When white plays this move, black gets to play this in response. Basically, we're taking black's weakest stone and helping it, right? Because now, black had 2 liberties, white's turn. White plays here, black has 3 liberties, white's turn. Seems to me the stone is not stronger. Okay? So usually, when we have a cross cut like this, just sort of out in the middle of the open, after some of these attach plays, don't Atari. Just help the weaker stone. There is a pretty famous, I don't think I want to call it tsuke, but let's say black plays tengen. Let's say for whatever reason white doesn't like black playing tengen. This is pseudo tsuke. Cross cut in the middle of the board. Anyone know what this is called? They call this.
Othello?
It's pretty good. No, they actually call this the windmill. You know why they call it the windmill?
Or pinwheel.
Or pinwheel, yeah. Because black has to help weaker stone. The stone's in the middle of white territory, so we'll help it. Or white influence, right? When white has to help the weaker stone, then black has to help the weakest stone, and then white has to help the weakest stone. This happens in pro games. Okay, this is a quasi-tsuke pattern. Okay, but you see how everyone just helped the weakest stone? No one can kill anyone else's stone. So instead of trying to kill, they just help the weaker stones. Okay, this is a really good pattern to know. Okay, sound good? All right. So we're going to sum up what we've just talked about. When do we attach? When can we attach? When is it useful to attach?
Attached to territory stones.
Yeah, or strong. We'll say strong stones. Yeah, stones that are going to make territory or be very safe. Attaching, no problem. Good. We attach down here. Not unless it's a handicap game and you're just trying to mess up your opponent. Okay, usually it's not going to go so well. But these stones, right? These are very strong. Looking like they're going to make territory. Attaching, okay. What else do you know about attachments? What are we trying to do when we attach?
Create weaknesses.
Create weaknesses that we can exploit. Very good. Evan's paying attention. How about the rest of you? Ashley came in late, so she has an excuse. But we're trying to create weaknesses. Okay, we're trying to make our opponent play forced moves. Let's make them play the moves that we want them to play. There are some other cool attachments here. I'm going to change the position a little bit. I'm going to change it to this. Actually, we'll leave this stone out. So these are very strong, right? Look how strong these are. right? Black's got this big base, third line, everything's connected.
Yes, an extra, I mean, it's two moves ahead.
White's move, good. White actually has a lot of interesting things white can do here. I'm going to show you one pretty simple one that you guys can all understand. White is just going to say for the time being, that's your territory, it's too strong, I can't get in there. So guess what that means I can do now?
Attach up.
I can attach. That should annoy black. Because black is saying, that's my territory, what are you doing? So what can black do? Sure, we can hane. This is correct. We should hane here. Probably this side. The weaker side. That's the stronger, right? More stones over here. But we have problems like this. What is white trying to do here?
Make things messy.
Make things messy, right? It was your territory anyway. So, you know, if you buy a house, you make everything pretty, and you know your opponent buys a house and makes it all pretty. And for the most part, you know, you can't get in each other's houses, but you can throw rocks through the window and start breaking stuff from the outside. You're gonna have a better house at the end of the day, right? That's what this is, right? We're just throwing some rocks.
Yeah, but you could get hurt badly throwing rocks. Rebound.
They're only rocks. They're only rocks.
Oh,
They're only rocks.
Does that work in this situation? Because I
Work.
feel like now if black plays 9-3, even if white extends up,
Ah, but white's not going to extend out. You're right. White, in this case, we probably play something like this. Now do you play here? You descend? Pick one.
Descend.
Okay. You descend there, and white will play this one. And connect, you're going to attack, take it.
Where does now?
I feel like you should play 9-4, because if you just take, white can play 9-4 in the next turn.
Right, white can play there anyway. Okay, so we'll play there. And white will play something like this. Here's my point. This is actually a hard move to deal with right now, right? Because you think, oh my gosh, white left a weakness. So you go, oh, I want to cut. But you so don't. You're going to kill this, or extend.
You probably just kill it.
If we
Because I mean, if
kill
you
it-
extend, you're still pseudo-laddered, and white could,
Right, we'll just do that, right? Then white will play moves like this. Now this stone is really weak. What do you think, Dan?
not so bad.
It's not too bad for black? No?
No, just play on the 3-4 point.
Play 3-4?
Black's move, right?
Yeah, black's move.
Play on the 3-4 point.
This one?
White's got it. All right. But I don't see, don't see that you've done anything.
This was all black's points.
But, no, they weren't all points.
There
And
were 4 stones
and
there.
his facing his extended Hoshi stone. And back up. Cut here.
That's
So
right.
wait, did he cut? And he cut.
No, there's no cut. Right, Atari, connect, ladder, dead. White wins. There, Atari, connect,
Can't
white's
you just
out.
cut those 2 stones on the outside?
At 9-6.
Or
there,
here.
there.
Can you do that?
That's fine.
All right, so why is it so bad?
It was black's territory.
But
White
why-
made a mess in white black's territory.
You haven't made any kind of a good shape there. It wasn't his territory. Okay, if that was Black's territory, then, you know, what does White have? Is that white's
We're
territory?
just messing up black's territory.
Okay, but not really.
Well, even if white loses everything there, you know, he's no better, he's no worse off than he was.
This was all basically free.
There's no one move that black can make to create all territory, to make everything there into territory.
You wouldn't call this territory in a game? No? All this?
You think that's territory?
Yeah, because if white plays here, if you just want to make a territory, all you have to do is this. Territory.
If that's how white plays.
Well, that's the move I played. You got this big fight.
I don't think that
You made a mess in your own
it may
house.
still become territory, or white's territory will disappear.
Fine. Not the
Anyway,
point.
but black
Here-
doesn't have
here's
to,
the point.
black doesn't have to hane also. You
That's
might-
right, that's right.
You might play a clamp,
So,
or even
Clamp?
not, or even play two spaces on top. Like this.
I don't think it's good.
You could try it. I don't know.
Yeah, you could try.
I
you
haven't
could
read
try.
it out. Have you gotten this from a book?
This is from Pro Games.
And what did they play? Did they always play a hane?
Often they play this.
The chickens?
Oh, so these are points now.
Yeah, but pros don't usually like to be pushed around.
Well, that's right, they don't, because here's what white does next. Are you sure you want all these as points?
Really, he's not gonna go there. Go there. I don't know. Because black will definitely not play on the third line against that one. He'll go after this.
Yeah, okay.
Look at that. Look, see, it's
Feels
built in
better.
a box.
Yes,
Just like
yes,
you
yes.
recommend.
I'm trying to focus on the local situation. My point is, white can get a bunch of free moves, basically. Right, starting with an attachment.
If black plays passively.
Well, you saw what happened if black played aggressive, white breaks through the territory.
I'm not sure. What if he clamps? What if
Don't worry about it too much. Lesson is, black has territory, what can white do?
Mess with it.
Mess with it, attach, okay? Create weaknesses in it.
I mean,
That's the lesson of today.
White doesn't have territory. So
Yes, white shouldn't do this right
White
now.
doesn't
White
have
should play the rest of the
territory.
game first,
White
right? There's all this
doesn't have any
influence.
territory.
This is later on in the game. This is premature. You guys understand?
Yes.
Don't do this yet.
Yes.
But when you have nothing to do, and you want to mess the flag over here, great move. And actually, this is actually more useful than that anyway, because often this is often used in pro games as a ladder breaker.
Yeah, but
All right, black will play this, and white will play this, and black will have to find some sort of response, and now you have a little bit of influence over here, right? You can do something over here more easily as well. All right. Another type of attachment. Let's set it up a little differently. Here we will play out the Joseki. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. White plays here. Makes sense, right? Approach a corner. What would you normally do as black?
Not kick.
Not to kick. Yeah, kicking is bad. Attaching here, very bad. Why is this bad?
Gives white
White
an
gets swing
ideal
box.
extension.
Yeah, we have 2 stones, 3 space extension.
no, it's really bad because black will then white will turn around, do it on the other side, and then you'll really have nothing.
Very good. Bad. We established bad. Even Dan agrees. Black shouldn't play that one. So what are the other options?
6-4.
6-4. Look at that one.
No, the
Oh,
other
what do you mean, this
6-4.
attachment?
Yeah, I like that one.
This attachment is also bad.
Okay.
And the reason is because white already has a stone here. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to play this one or this one?
I didn't really think it through.
Think it through. If we play this one, I'm very happy as white. Because right now, if white is worried about this territory, boom, territory gone. It's wiped out. Right, and white already has a base, black has a cutting point. So in this case, I don't like this attachment either for black. We can play this one, but in this case, this is also bad. Because white can play this.
But then you get the 3-3 point.
And white makes this very ideal shape in your territory. What?
You think that's so good for white?
That is excellent for white. Has no weaknesses. Just made, 12 points in black's side of the board. This still has open invasion. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And he can turn around and do it on the other side.
You can still mess over here, right? This is if you ever get to make this formation on your opponent's side of the board, you win the game.
It's okay, but. Let's see if black has, white has some.
Pros like
Lose
this.
this game, doesn't he? Wait a minute. No, it doesn't. Okay, maybe it does.
So what's good?
So, that didn't really work either. How about this?
Playing it pre-pincer.
What is a pincer? Oh, you mean the white is already pincered?
Yeah.
Everyone's pincering each other. It's a big fight,
I got
right?
it. But, is
Could
this
you go
for
A2?
attach underneath?
Yeah, could white just go A2 or A4?
That's right. So there's a couple variations here that are worth looking at. Most standard one is actually to play this, but we're going to ignore this one for now because it actually avoids the attachment. What let's do this? It's a little passive, but we're going to see this shape again and again. Whenever we have a 3-space extension and your opponent has a stone in the middle of it, you can almost connect by playing this game. When I say almost connect, basically I mean you can get a result that's good enough that's basically almost just like you did actually connect.
And that's only if it's on the third line.
On third line, yeah. Here's what black might try. If black does this, this just doesn't work, right? This just doesn't work. White's connected. So black needs to cut off this stone. How does black do it?
9-2 or 7-2.
Very good. One or the other. And in this position, one of these is right and one of these is wrong for Joseki purposes, but I don't care right now. We're just focused on this attachment and how cool it is. So which one do you guys want to try? 9-2. Sure thing. White cuts. Uh-oh, the stone's in trouble, right? What do we do? Yeah, we're not in trouble as long as we can kill this stone, right? Lo and behold, white will counter Atari. Do you take or connect?
Connect.
Connecting is much better. Do you take? This is a problem. If we fill this co, this is becoming a much bigger problem. This group does not have eyes yet.
What do you mean, yeah?
Well, black can make one eye immediately,
Okay.
but if black really doesn't want to die, and white wants to get a better result than just killing this or doing, worrying about weaknesses over here, white might play something out like this. Oh, at some point this cut actually works. Oh, maybe black still died. Must be nice. All right, here's my point. This is terrible for black. All right, black is crawling. What is white getting?
Everything.
Giant wall. See this stone? It's like it's not even there. White will just come over here and just make that stone suffer tremendously. This black stone will have to run up against this wall. Okay, so going back. There. Well, let's go with that. That's not there yet. White, black, white, black, white. This is why black doesn't take this stone. Otherwise, we're just running against the second edge. We need to come out just a little bit. We need to create defects in white's shape. We need to create cutting points. But this is simple. White has one move, white plays there. Now, black can cut. This cut does work, but it leaves a lot of bad aji that white can exploit. White can get an okay result. And I suspect at your level, your opponent will actually very rarely play this. And will often just play something like this, or take, or call this way. Just make sure these groups are, the stones are alive on the inside. But black plays on this cut. The problem with this cut, however, is white gets all these forcing moves. Things like this. Now go live in the corner. Black's not alive yet here either. There are issues, which that might be an overplay. That one is the move. Black needs to live, right? You don't live. One eye and a false eye. Okay, so playing this is very dangerous, but it's actually the correct thing. This is besides the point. The point is, white was able to do quite a bit of stuff, even though his stones were split, by throwing a stone there, right, attaching underneath from the center stone. Note that this only works when your stones are 3 spaces apart. If your stone's another space apart, this is just not going to happen. All right, try to cross cut. You have this shape problem here that black can cut through this way and cut down. If you pull back, well, this stone looks funny now. It's like, hey, I played an attachment.